Maybe tonight you carry wounds that no doctor can see, burdens that medicine cannot heal, and pain that runs deeper than any physical ailment. Your body aches, your spirit feels broken, and sleep seems impossible when every part of you cries out for relief. But I want you to know something with absolute certainty. The great physician sees every hurt, knows every need, and tonight he extends his hand of healing over your life. This isn't just another bedtime prayer. This is an invitation into the presence of the God who created your body, who knit you together in your mother's womb, and who has the power to restore what seems irreparable. Tonight, while the world grows quiet and your defenses come down, heaven itself prepares to minister healing into the deepest places of your being. You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. The same God who guided the Israelites through the wilderness with a pillar of cloud by day and fire by night has led you here for such a time as this. He knows that you've tried everything else. You've seen the specialists, taken the medications, followed the treatments, but still you find yourself searching for something more. Tonight, you're about to discover that true healing doesn't always come through medical intervention alone, but through the supernatural touch of a God who loves you beyond measure. Before we begin this sacred time together, I want you to understand what's about to happen. This isn't merely positive thinking or wishful hoping. This is faith-based prayer rooted in the unchanging promises of Scripture. The same Jesus who walked the shores of Galilee, who touched the leper and made him clean, who spoke to the woman with the issue of blood and declared her whole, that same Jesus is alive today, and his healing power has not diminished. Throughout history, countless believers have discovered that nighttime holds a special significance for divine encounters. It was at night that Jacob wrestled with the angel and received his blessing. It was at night that God spoke to Samuel in the temple. It was at night that the angel appeared to Mary, with the announcement that would change the world forever. There's something about the quiet hours when earthly distractions fade away that creates perfect conditions for heaven to break through. Tonight, as you prepare to enter into this time of healing prayer and meditation, know that you're joining a multitude of believers around the world who have experienced miraculous restoration through the power of faith-filled prayer. Some have been healed of chronic pain that tormented them for years. Others have found emotional wounds mended that they thought would never stop bleeding. Still others have discovered physical ailments disappearing as they surrendered completely to the healing touch of their Creator. Your healing journey begins with understanding who God is and what He desires for your life. He is Jehovah Rapha, the Lord who heals. This isn't just one of His many attributes, it's central to His very nature. From the beginning of time, God has been in the business of restoration. When Adam and Eve fell in the garden, He immediately began working on a plan of redemption. When the Israelites cried out in Egypt, He heard their groans and delivered them. When His people were sick, He provided healing. When they were broken, He made them whole. The He can mend broken bones healing that God offers isn't limited to physical ailments alone. Yes, cure diseases and restore sight to the blind. But His healing power extends far beyond the physical realm. He heals broken hearts that have been shattered by betrayal. He mends wounded spirits that have been crushed by disappointment. He restores hope to those who have lost all reason to believe. He brings peace to minds that have been tormented by anxiety and fear. As we prepare to enter into this time of prayer together, I want you to release every expectation about how God should heal you. Perhaps you've been praying for instant, dramatic healing, and you've grown discouraged because it hasn't happened the way you envisioned. But God's ways are higher than our ways, and His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. Some healings happen in a moment, like a divine lightning bolt that instantly transforms everything. Others unfold gradually, like the slow but steady rising of the morning sun. Some people experience healing through supernatural intervention that defies medical explanation. Others find that God uses doctors, treatments, and medicine as instruments of His healing grace. Still others discover that their greatest healing comes not through the removal of their condition, but through the transformation of their perspective and the deepening of their relationship with their Creator. Whatever form your healing takes, know this: God is more concerned with your wholeness than your comfort, more invested in your character than your convenience, and more committed to your eternal well-being than your temporary relief. He sees the bigger picture that we cannot see, and he works all things together for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. Tonight, as you surrender to his healing touch, you're entering into a sacred covenant with the God of the universe. You're saying, "Lord, I trust you with my pain, my fear, my uncertainty, and my future. I believe that you have good plans for me, plans to prosper me and not to harm me, to give me hope and a future." This act of surrender isn't weakness. It's the greatest demonstration of faith you can offer. In the pages of Scripture, we see that healing often required both divine power and human faith. When the woman with the issue of blood pressed through the crowd to touch the hem of Jesus' garment, her healing was released through her act of desperate faith. When the centurion came to Jesus seeking healing for his servant, Jesus marveled at his great faith and declared the servant healed. When the friends of the paralyzed man lowered him through the roof to reach Jesus, their collective faith moved the heart of God. Your faith tonight doesn't have to be perfect or strong. It doesn't have to be free from doubt or questions. Jesus said that faith as small as a mustard seed could move mountains. Sometimes the most powerful prayers come from the most broken places, when we have nothing left to offer but our desperate need and our willingness to believe that God can do what seems impossible. As we begin this journey together, I want you to prepare your heart, your mind, and your environment for what God wants to do. Find a comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. Turn off the phones, dim the lights, and create an atmosphere of peace and reverence. This isn't about creating the perfect ambiance for healing to occur. It's about positioning yourself to receive what God has already prepared for you. Some of you are carrying physical pain that has become your constant companion. Every morning you wake up hoping it will be different, and every night you go to bed disappointed that nothing has changed. Tonight, that cycle of disappointment ends, not because I have the power to heal you, but because you're about to encounter the one who does. Others are battling emotional wounds that cut deeper than any physical injury. Perhaps you've been betrayed by someone you trusted, rejected by someone you loved, or abandoned by someone you depended on. These invisible scars have shaped how you see yourself and how you relate to others. Tonight, the great healer wants to touch those wounded places and restore what was stolen from you. Still others are wrestling with spiritual emptiness, feeling disconnected from God and uncertain about his love for you. Maybe you've prayed before and felt like your words bounced off the ceiling. Maybe you've wondered if God really cares about your struggles, or if he's too busy with bigger problems to notice your pain. Tonight, you're about to discover that there is no pain too small for his attention, no wound too deep for his healing, and no situation too hopeless for his intervention. The healing that awaits you tonight isn't dependent on your past failures, your present circumstances, or your future uncertainties. It flows from the unchanging love of a God who chose to become human, to experience pain and suffering, and to defeat death itself so that you could experience abundant life. The same power that raised Jesus from the dead is available to bring resurrection life to every dead area of your existence. As we prepare to enter into this sacred time of prayer and meditation together, remember that healing is not just about the removal of symptoms or the resolution of problems. True healing involves the restoration of your relationship with your Creator, the renewal of your hope for the future, and the transformation of your perspective on life itself. Tonight, heaven is bending down to touch earth, and you are the focus of God's healing attention. Angels are being dispatched on your behalf, carrying your prayers directly to the throne of grace. The Holy Spirit is preparing to minister to you in ways that transcend human understanding, bringing comfort to your pain, strength to your weakness, and hope to your despair. Get ready to receive what you've been longing for, what you've been praying for, what you've been believing for. The God who created the stars and calls them each by name knows your name too. And tonight, he's calling you into an encounter with his healing power that will change everything. Your body was designed to be a temple of healing, a sacred space where divine restoration flows like living water through every cell, every tissue, every organ. But somewhere along the way, that flow became blocked. Pain moved in like an unwelcome tenant, taking up residence in places meant for wholeness. Sickness planted seeds in soil meant for health, Brokenness built walls in spaces designed for freedom. Tonight, we're going to tear down those walls. We're going to uproot those seeds of sickness. We're going to evict every form of pain and suffering that has made itself at home in your body without permission. This isn't about fighting against your symptoms. This is about aligning yourself with the divine blueprint of wholeness that existed before any illness ever touched your life. The human body is a masterpiece of divine engineering, containing approximately 37 trillion cells, each one designed to function in perfect harmony with all the others. Your heart beats over 100,000 times per day without you having to think about it. Your lungs process over 25,000 breaths daily, extracting life-giving oxygen from the air around you. Your immune system works around the clock, identifying and eliminating threats to your health with precision that surpasses any human technology. This intricate design didn't happen by accident. Every system, every function, every process was carefully crafted by the master designer, who intended for your body to be a vessel of life, strength, and vitality. When sickness invades this temple, it's operating outside of God's original design for your life. Tonight, we're going to call your body back to its divine blueprint, back to the pattern of wholeness that exists in the heart of your Creator. But healing isn't just about returning to a previous state of health. It's about experiencing a dimension of wholeness you may have never known before. When God heals, He doesn't just patch up what was broken, He makes all things new. He doesn't just remove the symptoms, He addresses the root causes that allowed sickness to take hold in the first place. He doesn't just restore what was lost, He often gives back more than was originally there. Think about the biblical account of Job, who lost everything including his health, yet in the end received twice as much as he had before. Consider the woman who had been bent over for 18 years, unable to straighten herself, until Jesus touched her, and she was not only healed but made completely straight. Remember Lazarus, who didn't just return from death to his previous life, but emerged from the tomb as a powerful testimony to God's resurrection power. Your healing story has the potential to become a testimony that will impact generations. The miracle that God performs in your body tonight could become the very thing that strengthens someone else's faith tomorrow. The restoration you receive could be the evidence that a skeptical family member needs to believe in God's goodness. The wholeness you experience could inspire hope in someone who has given up on the possibility of their own healing. This is why your healing matters to God beyond just your personal comfort and well-being. He sees how your restoration will create ripple effects of faith, hope, and love that will extend far beyond your own life. Every healing is a demonstration of God's kingdom breaking into our earthly reality, a preview of the world He's preparing, where there will be no more sickness, no more pain, and no more death. As we prepare to pray together, I want you to understand that your participation in this process is crucial. Healing is a partnership between divine power and human faith. Your willingness to receive. You're between God's willingness to restore and not a passive recipient of healing. You're an active participant in a divine exchange that requires your cooperation, your agreement, and your alignment with God's purposes. This alignment begins with forgiveness. Not just receiving God's forgiveness for your sins, but extending forgiveness to everyone who has hurt you, including yourself. Unforgiveness is like spiritual poison that blocks the flow of healing grace in your life. It creates stress in your body, tension in your mind, and barriers in your relationship with God. Tonight, as part of your healing process, you're going to release every grudge, every resentment, every bitter root that has been draining your spiritual and physical vitality. Some of you may be struggling with guilt over lifestyle choices that contributed to your current health challenges. Perhaps you smoked for years and now battle lung problems. Maybe you struggled with an eating disorder that damaged your digestive system. Or you might be dealing with the consequences of stress and overwork that compromised your immune system. Tonight, that guilt ends. God's healing grace is greater than your past mistakes, and His restoration power is stronger than any damage you may have caused to your own body. Others may be wrestling with the question of why a good God allows suffering in the first place. You've wondered why children get sick, why faithful believers experience devastating illnesses, why some people seem to sail through life in perfect health, while others battle one health crisis after another. These are profound questions that have challenged theologians and philosophers for centuries. But tonight, we're not going to let unanswered questions block our access to God's healing power. The mystery of suffering doesn't negate the reality of God's love, and the existence of pain doesn't diminish His power to heal. We live in a fallen world where sickness and death are temporary realities, but we serve a God whose kingdom operates by different laws. In His kingdom, the sick are healed, the broken are mended, and the dead are raised to life. Tonight, we're inviting His kingdom to break into your circumstances and override every natural law that says you have to stay sick. Your healing may come in layers, like peeling back the pages of an old book to reveal the original text underneath. The first layer might be physical relief from pain and symptoms. The second layer could be emotional healing from the trauma of dealing with chronic illness. The third layer might be spiritual restoration of your confidence in God's goodness despite what you've endured. Each layer is important, and each one contributes to your complete wholeness. Some healings happen instantly, in a moment so dramatic that everyone around you knows something supernatural has occurred. But other healings unfold gradually, like a sunrise that slowly chases away the darkness. You might wake up tomorrow feeling slightly better, then continue to improve day by day, until you realize that your condition has completely disappeared. Both types of healing are equally miraculous and equally valid expressions of God's power. Don't let anyone tell you that gradual healing is somehow less than instant healing, or that God only truly moves when the results are immediately visible. The God who can split the Red Sea in a moment is the same God who took 40 years to prepare Moses for his calling. The Jesus who instantly calmed the storm is the same Jesus who gradually opened the eyes of the blind man with clay and saliva. His methods are as diverse as His people, and His timing is always perfect. Tonight, as you prepare to receive your healing, release every timeline, every expectation, and every demand about how and when God should work in your life. Instead, open your heart with childlike faith and trust that He who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. Your part is to believe, to receive, and to give thanks even before you see the full manifestation of your miracle. The room where you're sitting right now is about to become a sanctuary, a holy place where heaven touches earth and divine healing flows like a river. Angels are taking their positions around you, ready to minister God's healing grace into every part of your being. The Holy Spirit is preparing to move through your body like warm oil, bringing comfort to your pain, strength to your weakness, and restoration to every damaged area. As we transition into our time of prayer together, feel the atmosphere around you shifting. The very air you're breathing is being charged with healing power. The space you occupy is being consecrated as holy ground, where miracles happen and lives are transformed. You are no longer just a sick person hoping to get better. You are a beloved child of God, about to receive an inheritance of health and wholeness that has been purchased for you at the highest possible price. Your Savior didn't just die for your sins, He was wounded for your healing. The stripes on His back were not just punishment for wrongdoing, they were the price paid for your physical restoration. The crown of thorns wasn't just mockery of His kingship, it was the remedy for every mental and emotional torment you've ever faced. The nails in His hands and feet weren't just instruments of execution, they were the keys that unlocked your freedom from every form of bondage, including sickness and disease. Tonight, you're about to collect on that inheritance. You're about to withdraw from an account that was established 2,000 years ago, when Jesus declared, "It is finished." Your healing has already been purchased, your wholeness has already been provided, and your restoration has already been guaranteed by the blood of the Lamb, who takes away the sins of the world. The healing anointing that rests upon this moment isn't bound by the limitations of human understanding or medical prognosis. Transcends every diagnosis, every report, every statistic that has been spoken over your life. When doctors say incurable, God says, "Watch me work." When specialists declare terminal, heaven responds, "I have the final word." When medical science reaches its limits, divine intervention is just getting started. You may have been carrying a diagnosis that has become your identity. Perhaps you've introduced yourself by your condition so many times that you've forgotten who you were before the sickness came. Maybe you've organized your entire life around managing symptoms, scheduling appointments, and accommodating limitations. Tonight, that old identity is being stripped away like grave clothes, and you're about to rediscover who you really are beneath all the labels that have been placed upon you. You are not your diagnosis. You are not your symptoms. You are not your medical history. You are a masterpiece created in the image of Almighty God, fearfully and wonderfully made, chosen and beloved, destined for wholeness and abundant life. The sickness was never meant to be your story. It was only a temporary chapter that's about to come to an end. In the spiritual realm, there are invisible battles being fought over your health right now. Forces of darkness have been assigned to maintain your suffering, to perpetuate your pain, and to convince you that healing is impossible. But greater is He who is in you than he who is in the world. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead dwells within you. And tonight, that resurrection power is being activated to drive out every trace of sickness and disease from your body. Imagine your bloodstream as a flowing river of healing, carrying divine restoration to every organ, every tissue, every cell. See your immune system being supercharged with supernatural strength, becoming an unstoppable army that destroys every threat to your health. Visualize your DNA being rewritten according to God's perfect design, with every genetic predisposition to illness being overridden by the power of divine intervention. This isn't just imagination or positive visualization. This is faith-filled prayer that moves the heart of God and releases His power into your physical reality. When you align your thoughts with His thoughts, when you speak His words over your situation, when you see yourself through His eyes, you create an atmosphere where miracles become not just possible, but inevitable. The healing that's flowing toward you right now carries within it the very essence of God's nature. He is not just powerful enough to heal, He is healing itself. He doesn't just possess love, He is love. He doesn't merely demonstrate mercy, He embodies mercy. When His healing power touches your body, you're not just receiving a cure for your symptoms. You're receiving an impartation of His divine nature into your human frame. Some of you have been fighting this battle alone for far too long. You've put on a brave face for your family, maintained a positive attitude for your friends, and hidden your deepest fears and struggles from everyone around you. Tonight, you don't have to be strong anymore. You don't have to have all the answers or maintain perfect faith. You can come to God exactly as you are, with all your doubts, all your pain, all your exhaustion, and let Him be strong on your behalf. The God who never slumbers nor sleeps has been watching over you through every sleepless night of pain. He has counted every tear you've cried in the darkness, collected every prayer you've whispered when you thought no one was listening, and treasured every moment when you chose to trust Him despite your circumstances. Your faithfulness in the midst of suffering has not gone unnoticed. And tonight, He's preparing to reward your perseverance with a miracle that will astound everyone who knows your story. Your healing will not just impact your physical body, it will restore relationships that have been strained by your illness. Family members who have watched helplessly as you suffered will rejoice with tears of joy. Friends who have prayed faithfully for your recovery will witness the power of persistent intercession. Medical professionals who have treated you will stand in amazement at what God has accomplished beyond their ability to explain. But even more importantly, your healing will deepen your relationship with your Creator in ways you never imagined possible. When you experience firsthand His power to restore what was broken, His ability to create something beautiful from ashes, His faithfulness to keep promises that seemed impossible, your faith will be transformed from intellectual belief to unshakable knowing. This knowing will become a foundation that nothing can destroy. Future challenges may come, other trials may arise, but you'll face them with the confidence of someone who has seen God move mountains in their life. You'll have a testimony that can encourage others in their darkest hours, and a faith that can speak to impossible situations with authority and power. The miracle you're about to receive isn't just for you. It's for your children and your children's children. It's breaking generational curses of sickness and disease that may have plagued your family line for decades. It's establishing a new legacy of health and wholeness that will impact your lineage for generations to come. Your descendants will benefit from the spiritual breakthrough that's happening in your life tonight. As we prepare to enter into the prayer portion of our time together, I want you to understand that this isn't a one-time event that ends when the prayer concludes. This is the beginning of a lifestyle of divine health, A new way of living that acknowledges God as your healer, your provider, and your sustainer. From this night forward, you'll approach your health from a position of faith rather than fear, strength rather than weakness, wholeness rather than brokenness. Your sleep patterns are about to change dramatically. No longer will you lie awake tormented by pain and worry. Instead, you'll experience the peace that passes understanding, the rest that comes from knowing your life is in God's capable hands. Your sleep will become restorative in ways you haven't experienced in years, with your body using those quiet hours to rebuild, regenerate, and renew itself, according to divine design. Your dreams will be transformed from nightmares of fear and anxiety into visions of hope and possibility. God will use your sleep time to speak to you about your future, to reveal His plans for your restored life, and to prepare you for the new season you're entering. You'll wake up refreshed, renewed, and ready to embrace each day as a gift from your loving Father. The food you eat will nourish your body more efficiently as your digestive system is healed and restored to optimal function. Your appetite will return to healthy patterns, and your body will begin craving the foods that promote healing and vitality. Every meal will become an opportunity to partner with God in maintaining the health He's restored to you. Your energy levels will increase dramatically as healing flows through every system of your body. Tasks that once exhausted you will become manageable again. Activities you've had to give up will become possible once more. You'll rediscover passions and purposes that illness forced you to set aside, and you'll pursue them with renewed vigor and divine strength. Most importantly, your capacity to love and serve others will be exponentially multiplied. When you're no longer consumed with managing your own pain and limitations, you'll have emotional and physical resources to pour into the lives of others. Your healing will create a ripple effect of blessing that extends far beyond anything you can imagine. The medical appointments that have dominated your calendar will become testimonies of God's goodness. Instead of seeking treatment for ongoing conditions, you'll be sharing your healing story with amazed healthcare providers. Your medical records will become documentation of a miracle that defies natural explanation and points to supernatural intervention. Your family's finances will be freed from the burden of medical expenses as your need for ongoing treatment diminishes or disappears entirely. The money that once went to medications and procedures will be available for kingdom purposes, family experiences, and generous giving. Your healing will bring financial restoration along with physical restoration. Your testimony will open doors for ministry and service that you never expected. People will seek you out to hear how God worked in your life, and you'll have opportunities to pray for others who are facing similar challenges. Your miracle will become a seed that produces a harvest of healing in the lives of countless others. But tonight, before any of these future blessings unfold, we're going to focus on the immediate miracle that God wants to perform in your body. We're going to speak directly to every diseased cell, every malfunctioning organ, every source of pain and discomfort. We're going to command healing to flow like a mighty river through every part of your being. The same voice that spoke the worlds into existence is about to speak healing into your situation. The same hands that formed Adam from the dust of the earth are about to reshape your body according to His perfect design. The same breath that gave life to humanity is about to breathe new life into every dead or dying part of your physical being. Angels are positioning themselves around you right now, ready to minister healing grace at God's command. The atmosphere in your room is being saturated with His presence, creating the perfect environment for miraculous intervention. Heaven is bending down to touch earth, and you are the focal point of divine attention and supernatural power. Your healing begins now, not when you feel better or when symptoms disappear, but in this very moment as you align your heart with God's heart and your faith with His promises. The miracle is already in motion, already flowing toward you, already beginning to transform your physical reality from the inside out. Prepare yourself to receive what you've been longing for, what you've been believing for, what God has been preparing for you since before the foundation of the world. Your season of suffering is ending tonight, and your season of supernatural health and wholeness is about to begin. Take a deep breath and feel the weight of expectation settling over this sacred moment. Every breath you draw is being infused with healing virtue. Every heartbeat is synchronizing with the rhythm of heaven itself. The very cells of your body are awakening to their divine purpose, remembering the blueprint of wholeness that was encoded within them from the moment of your conception. Your nervous system, which has been firing signals of pain and distress, is about to be recalibrated to carry messages of comfort and restoration. The pathways that have become highways for suffering are being transformed into channels for divine healing energy. Every nerve ending is being touched by the gentle hand of your Creator, bringing peace where there has been turmoil, stillness where there has been chaos. The blood flowing through your veins carries more than just oxygen and nutrients tonight. It carries the healing power of the one who purchased your wholeness with his own blood. Every drop is being sanctified. Every cell is being renewed. Every organ is being restored to its optimal function. Your cardiovascular system is being fine-tuned like a precious instrument, preparing to sustain you in levels of health you may have never experienced before. Your bones, which may have become brittle or painful, are receiving divine calcium and supernatural strength. The marrow within them is being renewed with heaven's own life force, producing healthy blood cells that will course through your body like tiny messengers of restoration. Your skeletal frame is being reinforced with the strength of the Almighty, creating a foundation that can support the abundant life He has planned for you. The muscles that have been weakened by disease or atrophied from disuse are being infused with supernatural power. Strength is flowing into every fiber, every tissue, every connection. Your body is remembering what it feels like to move without pain, to function without limitation, to operate according to its original design. The weakness that has defined your physical experience is being replaced with the strength that comes from the Lord. Your respiratory system is being cleansed and purified, like a temple being prepared for worship. Every breath you take is washing your lungs with healing air, clearing out toxins and disease, making room for the fresh wind of God's Spirit to fill every alveoli. Your capacity for life-giving oxygen is expanding. Your energy is increasing. Your vitality is being restored to levels that will amaze everyone who knows your story. The digestive system that has struggled to process food and extract nutrients is being healed from the inside out. Your stomach lining is being regenerated. Your intestinal walls are being restored. Your liver is being cleansed and renewed. The organs responsible for filtering toxins from your body are being supercharged with supernatural ability to eliminate everything that doesn't belong in your temple. Your endocrine system, the complex network of glands that regulate everything from your energy levels to your mood, is being perfectly balanced by the master designer. Hormones that have been out of alignment are finding their proper levels, creating harmony throughout your entire body. The chemical messengers that influence every aspect of your physical and emotional well-being are being recalibrated to produce optimal health. Your immune system is receiving a divine upgrade tonight. The white blood cells that protect you from infection are being multiplied and strengthened beyond natural capacity. Your body's ability to recognize and eliminate threats is being enhanced with supernatural wisdom. Every defense mechanism is being fortified with heaven's own protection, creating an impenetrable barrier against disease and illness. The lymphatic system that cleanses your body is flowing with renewed vigor, carrying away toxins and waste that have accumulated over years' circulation that may have struggled. That have been sluggish is becoming a mighty river of healing, reaching every extremity, every organ, every tissue with life-giving restoration. Nothing in your body will be left untouched by this wave of divine healing. Your skin, the largest organ of your body, is being renewed from the inside out. Cells are regenerating at an accelerated pace, creating a healthy glow that reflects the inner transformation taking place. Conditions that have marred your appearance are dissolving under the touch of the great physician. Your complexion is being restored to reflect the beauty of your Creator's handiwork. The neurological pathways in your brain are being rewired for optimal function. Synapses that have misfired are being corrected. Neurotransmitters that have been imbalanced are finding their proper levels, and cognitive abilities that may have been impaired are being restored to full capacity. Your mind is being renewed not just spiritually but physically, creating clarity of thought and sharpness of memory that will serve you well in your restored life. If you've been battling cancer, those rebellious cells that have multiplied beyond control are being commanded to return to normal function or be eliminated entirely. The tumors that have taken up residence in your body without permission are shrinking under the authority of the one who has dominion over all creation. Your healthy cells are being protected and strengthened, while the diseased ones are being removed by divine intervention. For those struggling with autoimmune conditions where your body has been attacking itself, peace is being declared between all systems. The confusion that has caused your immune system to turn against healthy tissue is being resolved by divine wisdom. Your body is learning to recognize what belongs and what doesn't, creating harmony where there has been internal warfare. If diabetes has been stealing your energy and threatening your future, your pancreas is being restored to full function. Beta cells are being regenerated, insulin production is being normalized, and your body's ability to process glucose is being perfected. The complications that diabetes brings to other organs are being reversed, and your entire metabolic system is being reset to optimal performance. Those battling heart disease are experiencing supernatural intervention in their cardiovascular system. Arteries that have been clogged are being cleared. Heart muscle that has been damaged is being regenerated, and circulation that has been compromised is being restored. Your heart is being made strong to pump life through your body for many years to come. For those with respiratory conditions, your lungs are expanding with new capacity. Airways that have been constricted are opening wide. Inflammation is subsiding, and your ability to take in life-giving oxygen is being multiplied. Asthma, COPD, and other breathing difficulties are losing, fills your lungs with supernatural capacity, their grip on your life as divine breath. If you've been suffering from chronic pain that has made every day a struggle, those pain signals are being interrupted by divine intervention. The inflammation that has caused swelling and discomfort is being reduced by heaven's own anti-inflammatory power. Your pain receptors are being reset, your comfort levels are being restored, and your quality of life is being dramatically improved. Mental health conditions that have clouded your thinking and stolen your joy are being lifted like fog before the morning sun. Depression that has weighed you down is being replaced with supernatural joy. Anxiety that has tormented your thoughts is being replaced with perfect peace. Your emotional equilibrium is being restored by the one who created you to live in abundance, not lack. The sleep disorders that have robbed you of rest are being corrected tonight. Your circadian rhythms are being reset to God's perfect timing. Your ability to fall asleep and stay asleep is being restored, and the quality of your rest is being enhanced beyond natural measure. Your body will use your sleeping hours to continue the healing process that begins tonight. For those dealing with addiction, the chemical dependencies that have enslaved your body are being broken by power greater than any substance. Your brain chemistry is being restored to natural balance, your cravings are being eliminated, and your desire for harmful substances is being replaced with hunger for things that bring life and health. Freedom is flowing through every cell, liberating you from bondage that once seemed unbreakable. Genetic conditions that you inherited through no fault of your own are being overridden by divine intervention. The DNA that carries predispositions to illness is being rewritten by the author of life himself. Hereditary weaknesses are being replaced with supernatural strength, and the negative legacy that may have affected your family for generations is being broken tonight. Age-related conditions that have made you feel older than your years are being reversed by the one who exists outside of time. Arthritis that has stiffened your joints is giving way to flexibility and ease of movement. Vision that has dimmed is being sharpened. Hearing that has faded is being restored. And mental acuity that has declined is being renewed with youthful vigor. The medications that have become necessary for your survival are about to become unnecessary as your body returns to its natural state of health. Side effects that have created secondary problems are being eliminated as your need for pharmaceutical intervention decreases. Your body is being restored to such optimal function that artificial support will no longer be required. Surgical procedures that have been recommended or scheduled may no longer be needed, as divine intervention accomplishes what human hands cannot. Scars from previous operations are being made whole, complications from past treatments are being resolved, and your body is being made completely new regardless of its medical history. The fatigue that has drained your energy and limited your activities is being replaced with supernatural vitality. Your cellular energy production is being optimized, your stamina is being increased, and your capacity for life is being expanded beyond anything you've experienced before. You're about to rediscover what it feels like to wake up refreshed and live each day with abundant energy. Hormonal imbalances that have affected everything from your weight to your mood are being perfectly calibrated by the master designer. Your metabolism is being reset to optimal levels, your emotional stability is being restored, and your physical appearance is being transformed as your body finds its ideal balance. The weight issues that have plagued you, whether too much or too little, are being resolved as your body finds its perfect design. Your appetite is being regulated to healthy levels, your metabolism is being optimized for ideal weight maintenance, and your relationship with food is being healed from any dysfunction or obsession. Fertility issues that have broken your heart and dashed your hopes are being addressed by the creator of life himself. Reproductive systems are being restored to full function, hormonal cycles are being regulated, and the ability to conceive and carry children is being supernaturally enhanced for those who desire it. Skin conditions that have caused embarrassment and discomfort are being healed from the inside out. Eczema, psoriasis, acne, and other dermatological issues are clearing up as your body's largest organ is restored to perfect health. The confidence that comes with clear, healthy skin is being returned to you. Your eyesight is being sharpened to perfect clarity. Whether you've struggled with nearsightedness, farsightedness, astigmatism, or more serious conditions like glaucoma or macular degeneration, your vision is being restored beyond what glasses or surgery could accomplish. You're about to see the world with supernatural clarity. Hearing that has been diminished by age, injury, or disease is being restored to perfect acuity. The delicate mechanisms of your inner ear are being repaired by the master craftsman, and your ability to hear both the whispers of loved ones and the voice of God is being enhanced beyond natural measure. Your sense of taste and smell, which may have been affected by illness or medication, are being restored to full sensitivity. You're about to rediscover the pleasure of flavors and fragrances that make life more enjoyable. Every meal will become a celebration of your restored senses. The balance and coordination that may have been affected by neurological conditions are being perfectly restored. Your inner ear is being recalibrated, your proprioception is being enhanced, and your ability to move with grace and confidence is being returned to you. Memory issues that have caused concern about cognitive decline are being reversed by divine intervention. Your brain is being renewed with supernatural capacity for retention, recall, and processing information. The sharpness of mind that you may have lost is being restored with interest. Circulation problems that have caused cold extremities, numbness, or other complications are being resolved as your cardiovascular system is optimized. Blood flow to every part of your body is being enhanced, bringing warmth, sensation, and healing to areas that have been compromised. The healing that's flowing through your body right now is comprehensive and complete. Nothing is being overlooked. No system is being left behind. No condition is too complex for divine intervention. Your entire being is being made new from the cellular level up to the complete organism that is uniquely and wonderfully you. As this healing power continues to work in your body, you may feel sensations of warmth, tingling, or energy flowing through different areas. Some people experience immediate relief from pain, while others notice gradual improvements over the coming days and weeks. Don't be concerned about the timeline or the method. Simply receive what God is doing and trust in His perfect wisdom. Your body temperature may fluctuate as healing energy moves through various systems. This is normal and indicates that restoration is taking place at the deepest levels. Your sleep tonight will be unlike any you've experienced in years, as your body uses this time of rest to continue the miraculous work that has begun. Tomorrow morning you may wake with a sense of lightness, as if a heavy burden has been lifted from your shoulders. This is because healing doesn't just affect your physical body, it impacts your emotional and spiritual well-being as well. The hope that may have been dormant is awakening. The joy that was buried under suffering is bubbling to the surface. The medical tests and examinations you undergo in the future will reflect the miracle that's happening tonight. Numbers that were out of range will normalize, images that showed abnormalities will clear up, and diagnoses that seemed permanent will be reversed. Your medical team will struggle to explain what they're seeing, but you'll know exactly what happened. Your energy levels will begin increasing almost immediately. Tasks that exhausted you will become manageable. Activities you enjoyed but had to give up will become possible again, and new adventures will call to you as your physical capacity expands. Life is about to become an adventure rather than an endurance test. The relationships that have been strained by your illness will be restored as family and friends witness your transformation. Some may struggle to believe what they're seeing, but the evidence of God's power in your life will be undeniable. Your healing will strengthen their faith and draw them closer to the God who performs miracles. Your capacity to serve others will be multiplied exponentially as you're freed from the limitations that illness imposed. The gifts and talents that may have been dormant will resurface with new power and purpose. You'll discover that your healed life has a mission that extends far beyond your personal comfort. The financial burden of medical expenses will be lifted as your need for ongoing treatment diminishes or disappears entirely. Insurance claims will become testimonies. Medical bills will become reminders of God's goodness, and the money once spent on managing illness will be available for kingdom purposes. Your testimony will become a powerful tool for ministry as others seek to understand how such a dramatic transformation occurred. You'll have opportunities to pray for people facing similar challenges, and your story will become a beacon of hope for those who have given up on the possibility of healing. Most importantly, your relationship with God will be forever changed by this encounter with His healing power. You'll never again doubt His love for you, His power to intervene in impossible situations, or His desire to see you whole in every area of your life. This healing is not just about your body. It's about revealing His heart toward you. The miracle that begins tonight will continue to unfold in ways you can't imagine. Each day will bring new evidence of divine restoration, new reasons to praise the God who makes all things new, and new opportunities to share His goodness with a world desperate to know that healing is still possible. Your body is responding to this healing prayer even now. Can you feel the shift beginning? Can you sense the change that's taking place at the cellular level? This is not wishful thinking or imagination. This is the power of Almighty God moving through your physical frame, making you whole in every way. The transformation occurring in your body extends beyond what modern medicine can measure or explain. Deep within the quantum structure of your being, at the level where matter meets spirit, divine intervention is rewriting the very code of your existence. The electromagnetic fields that surround every cell are being recalibrated to frequencies of perfect health, creating a resonance that drives out discord and establishes harmony throughout your entire system. Your mitochondria, those tiny powerhouses within each cell, are receiving supernatural energy that surpasses anything they could generate naturally. These cellular engines are being supercharged with heaven's own power source, producing vitality that will sustain you through decades of abundant living. The ATP production in your body is being optimized beyond biological limitations, creating stamina and endurance that will amaze everyone who has watched you struggle. The fascia that wraps around your muscles, the connective tissue that holds your body together, is being renewed with supernatural flexibility and strength. Areas that have been tight and restricted are loosening under divine touch, allowing your body to move with the grace and ease it was originally designed to possess. Every joint is being lubricated with heaven's own oil. Every movement is being made smooth and painless. Your spine, that crucial highway for your nervous system, is being perfectly aligned by hands more skilled than any chiropractor. Vertebrae that may have shifted out of place are moving back into divine positioning, relieving pressure on nerves and restoring proper communication throughout your body. The signals traveling from your brain to every organ are being clarified and strengthened. The endocrine glands scattered throughout your body are synchronizing like instruments in a divine orchestra. Your thyroid is finding its perfect rhythm for metabolism and energy. Your adrenals are being restored from the exhaustion of chronic stress and illness. Your pancreas is being fine-tuned for optimal insulin production. Every hormone-producing organ is being brought into perfect harmony with the master conductor's plan. The lymph nodes that filter toxins from your system are being cleared and renewed. Years of accumulated waste products are being flushed away by supernatural cleansing power. Your body's natural detoxification systems are being enhanced beyond their normal capacity, creating internal purity that will support long-term health and vitality. Your reproductive system, regardless of your age or past medical history, is being restored to its optimal design. For women, ovarian function is being renewed, menstrual cycles are being regulated, and fertility is being enhanced. For men, hormone production is being optimized and reproductive health is being completely restored. The ability to create new life is being returned to those who desire it. The neural pathways in your brain that control movement you've struggled with coordination, TREM, are being repaired and strengthened. I4s or other motor function acted at the source. Your brain's issues, those problems are being core ability to communicate with your muscles is being perfected, restoring smooth, controlled movement to every part of your body. Memory centers in your brain are being revitalized with supernatural capacity. Neurons that have been damaged are being regenerated, synaptic connections that have weakened are being strengthened, and your ability to form new memories while retaining old ones is being enhanced. You're about to experience mental clarity like never before. The emotional centers of your brain are being healed from the trauma of chronic illness. The depression that may have settled over your mind like a dark cloud is being dispelled by the light of divine hope. Anxiety that has tormented your thoughts is being replaced with supernatural peace that passes all understanding. Your emotional equilibrium is being restored to perfect balance. Your body's circadian rhythms are being reset to align with God's perfect timing for rest and activity. The sleep-wake cycle that may have been disrupted by pain and medication is being restored to natural patterns that will support optimal healing and regeneration. Your body will know exactly when to rest and when to be active. The cellular repair mechanisms that slow down with age are being accelerated to youthful levels. Telomeres that protect your chromosomes are being lengthened, extending your cellular lifespan far beyond normal expectations. Your body's ability to heal from injury and resist disease is being enhanced to supernatural levels. Scar tissue that has formed from injuries or surgeries is being dissolved and replaced with healthy, functional tissue. Internal adhesions that may have caused pain or restricted organ function are being gently separated and healed. Your body is being restored not just to health, but to a condition better than it was before illness ever touched your life. The electromagnetic field that surrounds your body is being purified and strengthened. This bioelectric aura that influences every cellular process is being aligned with heaven's frequency, creating an environment where disease cannot survive and health must flourish. You're being insulated from negative influences and surrounded with protective energy. Your voice, if it has been affected by throat conditions or vocal cord problems, is being restored to perfect clarity and strength. The muscles and tissues involved in speech are being healed, and your ability to communicate effectively is being enhanced. You'll speak with new authority and power that reflects your inner transformation. The digestive enzymes your body produces are being optimized for perfect nutrient absorption. Your ability to break down food and extract maximum benefit from what you eat is being enhanced beyond normal capacity. Every meal will nourish your body more effectively, supporting the continued healing and strengthening of every system. Your body's pH balance is being perfectly regulated, creating an internal environment that promotes health and prevents disease. The acidic conditions that may have allowed illness to flourish are being neutralized and replaced with optimal alkalinity. This biochemical balance will support every healing process in your body. The water that makes up over 60% of your body is being restructured at the molecular level. Every drop is being infused with healing properties that will carry restoration to the most remote corners of your physical being. This living water will continue to minister healing long after tonight's prayer concludes. Your body temperature regulation is being perfected, eliminating problems with being too hot or too cold. Your internal thermostat is being recalibrated to maintain optimal temperature for cellular function and comfort. This may seem like a small detail, but it represents the comprehensive nature of God's healing touch. The reflexes and automatic responses that keep your body functioning are being fine-tuned to perfection. Your heart will beat with perfect rhythm. Your breathing will flow effortlessly. Your urinary function will operate withly, and every invol digestion will process food smooth divine precision. If you've struggled with allergies or sensitivities, Your immune system is being reprogrammed to respond appropriately to environmental factors. Overreactions that have caused discomfort are being eliminated, while your body's ability to recognize real threats is being enhanced. You'll be able to enjoy foods and environments that were previously problematic. The proprioception that tells your brain where your body is in space is being perfected. Your balance, coordination, and spatial awareness are being enhanced to levels that will make you feel graceful and confident in every movement. The fear of falling or losing your balance is being replaced with sure-footed confidence. Your body's ability to regulate blood sugar is being restored to perfect function. Whether you've battled diabetes or hypoglycemia, your pancreas and liver are being healed to maintain optimal glucose levels naturally. The energy crashes and spikes that may have disrupted your life are becoming things of the past. Blood pressure that has been too high or too low is being normalized as your cardiovascular system finds perfect balance. Your heart is learning to pump with exactly the right force. Your blood vessels are becoming perfectly elastic, and your circulation is being optimized for ideal pressure throughout your system. The bone density that may have decreased with age or illness is being supernaturally restored. Calcium and other minerals are being deposited in exactly the right amounts to create bones stronger than they were in your youth. Your skeletal frame is being fortified to support you for decades of active living. Muscle mass that may have wasted away during illness is being rebuilt with supernatural efficiency. New muscle fibers are being created, existing ones are being strengthened, and your overall physical power is being restored beyond what exercise alone could accomplish. You're going to be amazed at your renewed strength. The flexibility and range of motion in your joints are being restored to youthful levels. Cartilage that has worn away is being regenerated, synovial fluid that lubricates your joints is being renewed, and every articulation in your body is being made smooth and pain-free. Movement will become a joy rather than a struggle. Your skin's ability to protect you from environmental hazards while allowing proper breathing and temperature regulation is being enhanced. The largest organ of your body is being optimized for both function and appearance, giving you a healthy glow that reflects your inner transformation. The hair follicles on your head are being revitalized if hair loss has been a concern. Circulation to your scalp is being improved, and the cellular processes that produce healthy hair are being restored. Your crowning glory is being renewed as a symbol of your overall restoration. Your fingernails and toenails, which reflect your internal health, are becoming stronger and more resilient. The matrix that produces nail growth is being optimized, and any fungal infections or abnormalities are being completely eliminated. Even these small details matter to the God who notices every sparrow that falls. The healing extends to every system, every organ, every tissue, every cell, and every molecule of your being. Nothing is too small for God's attention. Nothing is too damaged for His repair, and nothing is too complex for His wisdom to restore. You are being made completely whole in every possible way. Your body's natural ability to maintain homeostasis is being enhanced beyond normal capacity. The delicate balance of chemicals, temperatures, pressures, and electrical impulses that keep you alive is being perfected by the master designer who created these intricate systems in the first place. The stem cells in your body, those miraculous repair agents that can become any type of cell needed, are being activated with supernatural purpose. They're being directed to areas of greatest need, transforming into exactly the right type of cell to restore damaged organs and tissues. Your body's repair mechanisms are working with divine intelligence. If you've been dealing with chronic inflammation, that fire within your body is being quenched by divine intervention. The inflammatory responses that have caused pain and damage are being perfectly regulated. Your body is learning to heal without the excessive inflammation that creates more problems than it solves. The antioxidant systems in your body are being supercharged to eliminate free radicals and prevent cellular damage. Your natural defense against aging and disease is being enhanced far beyond what any supplement could provide. You're being protected from the inside out against future health challenges. Your body's ability to absorb and utilize vitamins and minerals is being optimized. Even if your diet isn't perfect, your digestive system will extract maximum nutrition from everything you consume. Deficiencies that may have contributed to your illness are being corrected and prevented from recurring. The beneficial bacteria in your gut, those microscopic allies that support digestion and immune function, are being balanced to optimal levels. Harmful organisms are being eliminated, while helpful ones are being strengthened and multiplied. Your intestinal ecosystem is being restored to perfect harmony. Your liver, that hard-working organ that processes toxins and produces vital proteins, is being completely regenerated. Even if it has been damaged by medication, alcohol, or disease, it's being restored to better than new condition. Your body's primary detoxification center is being optimized for decades of faithful service. The kidneys that filter waste from your blood are being renewed with supernatural efficiency. Their ability to maintain proper fluid balance and eliminate toxins is being enhanced beyond normal capacity. These vital organs are being prepared to serve you well into old age. Your gallbladder, if you still have it, is being cleansed and restored to proper function. If it has been removed, your liver is being enhanced to compensate perfectly for its absence. Your body's ability to digest fats and process nutrients is being optimized regardless of your surgical history. The spleen that filters your blood and supports your immune system is being revitalized with new purpose. Its ability to remove old blood cells and fight infection is being enhanced. This often overlooked organ is being restored to play its vital role in your overall health. Your appendix, rather than being a useless vestige, is being recognized for its role in immune function and is being restored to optimal health. Every part of your body has purpose in God's design, and every part is being perfected according to His plan. The healing power flowing through you is addressing not just current problems, but preventing future ones. Your body is being fortified against diseases you might have developed, strengthened against weaknesses you inherited, and protected from threats you haven't even encountered yet. This is preventive medicine at the divine level. Your cellular regeneration rate is being accelerated to optimal levels. Skin cells, blood cells, and organ tissues are being renewed at the perfect pace to maintain youthful vitality, without the risks that come with uncontrolled growth. Your body is finding the ideal balance for healthy renewal. The biorhythms that govern your energy levels throughout the day are being synchronized with divine timing. You'll find yourself naturally alert when you need to be productive, and naturally ready for rest when sleep is appropriate. Your internal clock is being set to heaven's perfect schedule. Your body's ability to heal from cuts, bruises, and other minor injuries is being enhanced to remarkable levels. What once took weeks to heal will happen in days. Your skin will close wounds quickly, your bones will mend rapidly, and your tissues will regenerate with supernatural speed. The coordination between your brain and your muscles is being perfected at every level. Fine motor skills are being enhanced, gross motor movements are being optimized, and the complex interplay between thought and action is being fine-tuned by divine precision. You'll move with new grace and confidence. Your respiratory capacity is expanding beyond what you've experienced in years. Your lungs are learning to extract maximum oxygen from every breath while efficiently eliminating waste gases. The energy that comes from optimal oxygenation is beginning to flow through every cell of your body. The healing continues to work even as you rest, even as you sleep, even as you go about your daily activities. This isn't a one-time event, but an ongoing process that will continue to unfold over the coming days, weeks, and months. Your body has been set on a trajectory of continuous restoration and improvement. Every system in your body is now working in perfect harmony with every other system. The isolation and dysfunction that illness created is being replaced with integration and cooperation. Your body is remembering how to function as the unified whole it was designed to be. The pain signals that have dominated your nervous system are being replaced with comfort signals. Your brain is learning to interpret sensations correctly again, distinguishing between helpful information and unnecessary alarm. The constant noise of distress is being replaced with the quiet hum of healthy function. Your appetite is being regulated to support optimal health. Whether you've struggled with eating too much or too little, your body's hunger signals are being recalibrated to guide you toward the right amount and type of food. Your relationship with nutrition is being healed along with everything else. The sleep that has eluded you or been disrupted by pain is being restored to deep, restorative patterns. Your body will use these precious hours of rest to continue the healing work that began tonight. Every night's sleep will contribute to your ongoing restoration and renewal. Your energy production at the cellular level is being optimized for sustained vitality. The fatigue that has weighed you down is being lifted as your body learns to generate and maintain energy efficiently. You're about to rediscover what it feels like to have abundant physical resources for living life fully. The healing extends beyond your physical body to encompass your emotional and mental well-being. The stress hormones that have flooded your system during illness are being cleared away and replaced with chemicals that promote peace and happiness. Your brain chemistry is being rebalanced for optimal mood and cognitive function. Your body's natural pain management systems are being enhanced beyond their normal capacity. Endorphins and other natural painkillers are being produced in optimal amounts, creating comfort and well-being that doesn't require artificial intervention. You're being equipped with internal resources for handling any discomfort. The inflammation markers in your blood are normalizing as your body's immune response becomes perfectly balanced. The fire of chronic inflammation is being extinguished, while your ability to fight real threats is being preserved and enhanced. You're achieving the ideal immune response for long-term health. Your metabolic rate is being optimized for your individual needs and goals. Whether you need to gain weight, lose weight, or maintain your current size, your metabolism is being calibrated to support your ideal body composition. Your relationship with food and weight is being healed at the physiological level. The toxins that have accumulated in your tissues over years of living in an imperfect world are being mobilized and eliminated. Your body's detoxification pathways are working with supernatural efficiency to clear out everything that doesn't belong in your temple. You're being purified from the inside out. Your body's electrical system, the bioelectric currents that control everything from heartbeat to brain waves, is being perfectly balanced. The interference that illness may have created in these vital signals is being cleared away, allowing for optimal communication between all parts of your system. The healing that's occurring is comprehensive, addressing not just symptoms but root causes. The underlying imbalances that allowed illness to take hold are being corrected, creating a foundation for lasting health that will serve you for decades to come. This isn't just a temporary fix, but a permanent transformation. Your body is being prepared not just for healing, but for a new level of health and vitality that exceeds anything you've experienced before. You're not just returning to your previous condition, you're being upgraded to optimal function in every area. This is restoration with divine improvement. The confidence that comes from feeling strong and healthy in your body is returning. The fear of physical limitation is being replaced with anticipation of what you'll be able to accomplish. Your body is becoming a reliable partner in pursuing your dreams and serving your purpose. Every breath you take is confirming the healing that's taking place. Every movement is becoming heartbeat, is pumping renewed life through your system easier and more comfortable. The evidence of your healing is accumulating with each passing moment. Your body's wisdom, its innate intelligence about what it needs for health, is being restored. You'll find yourself naturally drawn to foods that nourish, activities that strengthen, and rest patterns that restore. Your intuition about your physical needs is being perfectly calibrated. The healing energy that entered your body tonight will continue to work long after this prayer concludes. It's been embedded in your cellular memory, programmed into your DNA, and integrated into every system. Your body will continue healing itself according to this divine blueprint for months and years to come. This miraculous restoration is preparing you for a future filled with possibilities you had given up on. Adventures you thought were impossible are becoming achievable again. Dreams you had set aside are being rekindled as your physical capacity expands. Your healed body is the launching pad for your renewed life purpose. The testimony of your healing will encourage countless others who are facing similar struggles. Your restored health will become a beacon of hope for family members, friends, and even strangers who need to know that miraculous healing is still possible. Your body is being healed not just for your benefit, but for the strengthening of faith in your community. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up different than you were tonight. The change may be subtle at first, but it will be real and it will continue to build day by day. Your healing has begun, your restoration is underway, and your future is brighter than you ever imagined possible. The God who created your body in the first place has just performed maintenance, repair, and upgrades that surpass anything human medicine could accomplish. You are now carrying within you the most advanced healing technology in the universe, the very life force of your Creator. Rest now in the confidence that your healing is not dependent on your feelings, your symptoms, or your circumstances. It's grounded in the unchanging love and power of the God who spoke your body into existence and who has just spoken healing into every cell. Your restoration is as certain as His faithfulness. Sleep is the sanctuary where heaven meets earth in the quietest hours of your existence. Tonight, as your eyelids grow heavy and your breathing deepens, you're entering into the most sacred partnership between your physical body and your spiritual essence. This isn't ordinary rest that simply refreshes tired muscles or recharges depleted energy stores. This is divinely orchestrated restoration, where the Creator Himself takes over the night shift, working in ways that surpass all human understanding. Your bedroom has been transformed into a healing chamber, where angelic forces minister to your deepest needs. The very air you breathe carries supernatural properties that will work in harmony with your body's natural repair mechanisms. Each inhalation draws in not just oxygen, but divine breath that will circulate healing throughout every organ, every tissue, every microscopic component of your being. As consciousness begins to fade and sleep approaches, your spirit remains alert and receptive to heaven's ministry. The same God who never slumbers nor sleeps is about to demonstrate His perfect vigilance over your restoration. While your conscious mind rests, your soul will be communing with the divine physician in ways that transcend ordinary prayer or meditation. The transition into sleep tonight will be unlike any you've experienced before. Instead of the restless tossing and turning that pain often brings, you'll find yourself drifting into peaceful slumber with supernatural ease. Your nervous system is being bathed in divine tranquility that will carry you gently across the threshold from waking consciousness into healing rest. Your dreams tonight will become prophetic visions of your restored future. Instead of nightmares filled with fear and anxiety about your condition, you'll receive glimpses of the abundant life that awaits you on the other side of this healing. These aren't mere wishful fantasies, but genuine revelations of God's plans for your renewed existence. The rapid eye movement phase of your sleep will become a time of accelerated spiritual processing. Your mind will be sorting through years of accumulated trauma, fear, and negative programming related to your illness, filing away what needs to be released and strengthening what needs to remain. This mental house cleaning will create space for new patterns of thinking that support your healing. Deep sleep cycles will become periods of intensive physical restoration that go far beyond normal cellular repair. Your growth hormone production will be supernaturally enhanced. Your tissue regeneration will be accelerated, and your immune system will be working with divine intelligence to eliminate everything that threatens your health. The pineal gland in your brain, often called the seat of the soul, will be producing optimal levels of melatonin infused with healing properties. This natural hormone will not only regulate your sleep cycles, but will also serve as a powerful antioxidant that protects against cellular damage while you rest. Your body temperature will naturally regulate itself throughout the night to create optimal conditions for healing. The slight drop in core temperature that occurs during sleep will be perfectly calibrated to enhance immune function, reduce inflammation, and promote the deep restoration your body craves. The lymphatic system that cleanses your body will be working with supernatural efficiency during your sleep. This network of vessels and nodes will be draining toxins and waste products at an accelerated rate, carrying away the cellular debris of illness and making room for healthy new tissue to flourish. Your cardiovascular system will find its perfect rhythm during sleep, with your heart rate and blood pressure optimizing themselves for maximum healing benefit. The reduced demands on your circulatory system will allow healing nutrients and oxygen to reach areas that may have been deprived during waking hours when your body was managing pain and stress. The spinal fluid that bathes your brain and nervous system will be circulating with enhanced cleansing power during your sleep. This precious liquid will be washing away the neurological imprints of pain and illness while delivering healing substances to every nerve pathway in your body. Your digestive system will be working quietly but powerfully during the night, not just processing food but also metabolizing the healing that's been released into your body. Your gut, often called the second brain, will be communicating with your primary brain to coordinate the restoration process throughout your entire system. The fascia that wraps around every muscle, organ, and structure in your body will be releasing tension and restrictions accumulated over months or years of illness. This connective tissue network will be relaxing and realigning itself according to your body's original blueprint for optimal function. Your joints will be receiving supernatural lubrication during sleep, with synovial fluid being renewed and enhanced to provide smooth, pain-free movement. Cartilage that may have worn away will be regenerating during these precious hours of rest, creating cushioning and support that will amaze you when you wake. The bone marrow deep within your skeletal system will be producing healthy blood cells with supernatural efficiency. These new cells will carry enhanced healing properties as they circulate throughout your body, delivering restoration to every tissue they encounter. Your skin will be undergoing accelerated renewal during sleep, with new cells being generated at rates that will restore a healthy, youthful appearance. The largest organ of your body will be healing from within, eliminating blemishes, and restoring the radiant glow that reflects internal health. The neural pathways in your brain will be forming new connections during sleep that support health rather than illness. Old patterns of thinking that reinforced your condition will be weakened, while new pathways that support healing and wholeness will be strengthened with each dream cycle. Your endocrine system will be perfectly calibrating hormone production during the night. The delicate balance of chemical messengers that regulate everything from energy to mood will be restored to optimal levels that support your complete healing and ongoing health. Sleep stages will flow seamlessly one into another, creating the perfect environment for different types of healing to occur. Light sleep will prepare your body for deeper restoration. Deep sleep will facilitate intensive repair work, and REM sleep will process the emotional and spiritual aspects of your healing journey. Your breathing during sleep will become a form of prayer itself, with each inhalation drawing in healing grace, and each exhalation releasing toxins and negative energy. The rhythm of your breath will synchronize with heaven's own cadence, creating harmony between your physical needs and spiritual restoration. The position of your body during sleep will naturally adjust to facilitate optimal healing flow. You'll find yourself sleeping in postures that allow energy to circulate freely, promote proper spinal alignment, and reduce any pressure on areas that need special attention. Your bed will become an altar where the sacrifice of rest is offered to God in exchange for the blessing of healing. The sheets that cover you will feel like a prayer shawl. The pillow beneath your head will support not just your neck but your faith, and the mattress will cradle you like the loving arms of your heavenly Father. The darkness of night will no longer be a time of fear or loneliness but a sacred space where you commune intimately with your Creator. In this holy darkness, free from the distractions of daylight, you'll experience the profound peace that comes from knowing you're completely safe in God's care. Hours will pass like minutes, as divine healing works at supernatural speed during your rest. What would normally take weeks or months of natural healing will be accomplished in a single night of surrendered sleep. Time itself will bow to the authority of the one who exists outside temporal limitations. Your sleep will be so deep and restorative that you'll wake feeling more refreshed than you have in years. The fatigue that has been your constant companion will be replaced by energy that bubbles up from the very core of your being. You'll arise like a new creation, ready to embrace the abundant life that your healing has made possible. The morning light that greets you will seem brighter, colors will appear more vivid, and the world itself will look different through eyes that have been touched by divine restoration. Your perspective on life will be transformed along with your body, creating a foundation for continued health and happiness. This single night of healing sleep will mark the beginning of a new chapter in your life story. The pages of illness and struggle are being turned, and fresh pages of health and possibility are being written by the very finger of God. Your future is being rewritten in the ink of divine love. The ripple effects of this night will extend far beyond your personal healing. Family members will witness the change in you and be strengthened in their own faith. Friends will see the evidence of God's power and be encouraged to believe for their own miracles. Your community will be touched by the testimony of your transformation, Your healed sleep patterns will become a source of ongoing restoration for years to come. Night after night, your body will remember this divine intervention and continue to heal itself during rest. Each sleep cycle will build upon the foundation of wholeness established during this sacred encounter. The dreams you experience tonight will become treasured memories that you'll carry with you as evidence of God's personal attention to your needs. These visions will serve as anchor points for your faith during any future challenges, reminding you of the night when heaven bent down to touch your life. Your breathing will carry the fragrance of answered prayer. Your heartbeat will echo the rhythm of divine love, and your very presence will radiate the peace that comes from knowing you've been personally visited by the great physician. You're no longer the same person who laid down to sleep tonight. The cellular memory of this healing encounter will be passed down through generations, creating a legacy of health and wholeness for your children and their children. What happened to you tonight will influence your family line for decades to come, breaking cycles of sickness and establishing new patterns of divine health. Sleep now, beloved child of God, knowing that your rest is not just recuperation, but restoration. Your dreams are not just random neural firing, but divine communication. Your breathing is not just automatic function, but worship in its purest form. You are sleeping in the arms of love himself, and morning will bring evidence of his faithfulness. The healing that began tonight will continue to unfold with each passing day, each restful night, each moment of surrender to the one who loves you beyond measure. Your body has been reset, your spirit has been renewed, and your future has been secured by the power of divine intervention. Rest now in perfect peace, knowing that your healing is complete. The morning sun that will kiss your face tomorrow carries within its rays the confirmation of everything that has transpired during these sacred hours of rest. You won't just wake up, you'll awaken to a reality transformed by divine intervention. The first breath you take will taste different, carrying the sweetness of answered prayer and the freshness of renewed life. Your feet will touch the floor with a stability you haven't felt in months or perhaps years. The ground beneath you will feel solid and sure because the foundation of your health has been rebuilt from the bottom up. Each step will be a testimony to the reconstruction that occurred while you slept in the arms of your Creator. The mirror that reflects your image will show more than just physical changes, though those will certainly be evident. Your eyes will carry a light that wasn't there before, a spark of hope reignited and faith restored. The countenance of defeat will have been replaced by the radiance of victory, and everyone who sees you will notice the difference. Your morning routine will become a celebration rather than a struggle. Tasks that once required tremendous effort will flow with supernatural ease. The simple acts of washing, dressing, and preparing for your day will be performed with a lightness of being that speaks to the profound transformation in your physical condition. The medications that lined your bathroom counter may suddenly seem unnecessary as your body demonstrates its return to optimal function. Pill bottles that once represented hope mixed with desperation will become monuments to God's faithfulness, reminders of where you've been, and proof of how far He's brought you. Your appetite will return with enthusiasm for nourishing foods that will support your continued healing. The taste buds that may have been dulled by medication or illness will awaken to new sensitivity, making every meal an opportunity to fuel your restored body with exactly what it needs to thrive. Phone calls to family members will carry news they've been praying to hear for so long. Your voice will sound different, stronger, carrying the confidence that comes from experiencing firsthand the power of divine intervention. These conversations will become seeds of faith planted in the hearts of everyone who hears your testimony. Medical appointments scheduled for the coming weeks will become opportunities to share your miracle, rather than receive more troubling news. Test results that once brought anxiety will now become evidence of supernatural healing that defies medical explanation, but confirms spiritual truth. The energy that courses through your veins will be unlike anything you've experienced before. It won't be the artificial stimulation of caffeine or medication, but the pure, sustainable vitality that flows from a body operating according to its divine design. This energy will carry you through activities you thought were lost to you forever. Your sleep cycles will continue to be times of ongoing restoration rather than mere rest. Night after night, Your body will use these precious hours to build upon the foundation of healing established during this sacred encounter. Each morning will bring new evidence of continued improvement. The relationships that were strained by your illness will find new strength as your healing removes the barriers that suffering had created. Family dynamics will shift as the one who needed care becomes capable of giving care again. Friendships will deepen as shared struggle gives way to shared celebration. Your capacity for service will expand exponentially as physical limitations are removed and energy returns. The gifts and talents that were buried under the weight of illness will resurface with new power and purpose. You'll discover that your healing has prepared you for a season of fruitfulness beyond anything you previously imagined. Financial pressures related to medical expenses will begin to ease as your need for ongoing treatment diminishes. Insurance claims will become testimonies of God's provision, and money once spent on managing illness will be available for kingdom purposes and family blessings. The fear that may have gripped your heart about the future will be replaced by confident expectation of good things to come. Worry about progression of disease will give way to anticipation of continued restoration. Your perspective on tomorrow will be radically transformed by the miracle of today. Your prayer life will take on new dimensions as you communicate with God from a place of gratitude rather than desperation. The one who heard your cries for healing will become the focus of your praise and thanksgiving. Your relationship with your Creator will be forever marked by this intimate encounter with His healing power. The testimony of your restoration will open doors for ministry opportunities you never expected. People will seek you out to hear how God worked in your life, and you'll have chances to pray for others facing similar challenges. Your miracle will become a catalyst for healing in the lives of countless others. Your understanding of God's character will be permanently altered by this experience of His goodness. Never again will you doubt His love for you, His power to intervene in impossible situations, or His desire to see you whole in every area of life. This healing will become the foundation for unshakable faith in every future circumstance. The ripple effects of your healing will extend far beyond your personal experience. Healthcare workers who witnessed your decline will marvel at your recovery. Researchers may study your case, unable to explain what they observe, but documenting the evidence nonetheless. Your healing will contribute to a growing body of testimony about divine intervention in human affairs. Years from now, when people ask about your health journey, you'll point back to this night as the turning point when everything changed. The date will become an anniversary of miracle, a milestone of faith, and a reminder of God's faithfulness that you'll celebrate for the rest of your days. Your children and grandchildren will grow up hearing the story of the night God healed their loved one. This testimony will shape their understanding of what's possible when faith meets divine power. The legacy of your healing will influence generations you may never meet, but whose lives will be touched by your miracle. The medical professionals who cared for you during your illness will witness firsthand the limitations of human wisdom when confronted with divine intervention. Some will struggle to explain what they see, while others will have their own faith strengthened by the evidence of supernatural healing they cannot deny. Your church community will rejoice in answered prayer and be encouraged to believe God for their own impossible situations. Prayer meetings will be energized by the testimony of your healing, and faith levels will rise as people realize that the God of miracles is still active in their midst. The workplace you may have had to leave due to illness could welcome you back with amazement at your transformation. Watched you struggle will. Colleagues who see the evidence of divine restoration and perhaps reconsider their own beliefs about what's possible through faith. Your healing will become a beacon of hope for support groups and online communities where people gather to share their struggles with similar conditions. Your testimony will encourage those who have lost hope and strengthen those who are fighting to maintain their faith in the midst of suffering. The journal entries you write about this experience will become precious documents that chronicle the greatest miracle of your life. These written records will serve as reminders during any future challenges and as encouragement for others who need to know that healing is still possible. Your gratitude will overflow in ways you never expected, touching every area of your life and every relationship you maintain. The thankfulness that flows from experiencing supernatural healing will transform how you view every blessing, every relationship, and every opportunity that comes your way. The confidence that comes from knowing God personally intervened in your situation will affect how you approach every future challenge. Problems that once seemed insurmountable will appear manageable when viewed through the lens of your healing experience. Your faith will become a weapon against fear and doubt. Your story will join the countless testimonies throughout history of people who experienced divine healing when medical science reached its limits. You'll become part of a great cloud of witnesses who testify to the reality of God's power to heal and restore what seems beyond hope. The impact of your healing on your local community will be profound as word spreads about what God has done. Neighbors who knew of your struggle will witness your restoration and perhaps open their hearts to the possibility of divine intervention in their own circumstances. Your healing will become a cornerstone testimony that supports others' faith during their own trials. When people face impossible diagnoses or hopeless prognoses, they'll remember your story and find courage to believe that God can work miracles in their situations too. The medical records that documented your illness will now document your healing, creating an undeniable paper trail of supernatural intervention. These files will stand as evidence that some healings cannot be explained by natural means, but point clearly to divine on-suffering will intervention. Your perspective be forever changed by this experience of healing. While you'll never minimize the pain others endure, you'll carry with you the knowledge that no situation is beyond God's ability to transform. Your compassion will be deepened by your experience, and your hope will be unshakable. The celebration that will surround your healing will create memories that last a lifetime. Family gatherings will include stories of this miracle. Holiday conversations will reference this turning point, and special occasions will carry extra meaning because of what God has done. Your healed life will become a living sermon that speaks louder than words ever could. The evidence of God's power displayed in your physical transformation will communicate truth to people who might never listen to traditional preaching, but cannot ignore the reality of your restoration. The future that seemed uncertain during your illness will now stretch before you, filled with possibilities and promise. Dreams that were put on hold will be reactivated. Plans that were canceled will be renewed. And adventures that seemed impossible will become achievable once again. Your healing will stand as a testament to the power of persistent prayer and unwavering faith. Those who prayed for you will see their intercession answered, and their own faith will be strengthened by witnessing the fruit of their spiritual labor on your behalf. The peace that now fills your heart about your health will free you to focus on the purposes for which you were created. No longer will energy be consumed by managing illness or fear about the future. Instead, you'll be able to invest fully in the calling and destiny God has prepared for your life. Your testimony will encourage medical professionals to remain humble about the limitations of human knowledge and open to possibilities beyond their training. Some may be inspired to investigate the role of faith and prayer in healing, while others will simply marvel at what they cannot explain. The healing you've received will prepare you to be a wounded healer for others, someone who can speak with authority about both suffering and restoration. Your credibility will be established not just by what you've studied or learned, but by what you've personally experienced. Your family's faith will be strengthened for generations by the witness of your healing. Children will grow up knowing that miracles are real because they saw one with their own eyes. Their worldview will be shaped by the reality of divine intervention rather than limited by purely naturalistic thinking. The medical bills that accumulated during your illness will become memorials to God's provision and reminders of His faithfulness. Even the financial burden of your treatment will be transformed into testimony of how He sustained you through every aspect of your trial. Your healing will create a hunger in you to see others experience similar restoration. You'll find yourself drawn to pray for the sick, to encourage the suffering, and to share hope with those who feel hopeless. Your miracle will become a catalyst for ministry to others. The sleep you'll enjoy from this night forward will be sweet with the knowledge that your body is whole and your future is secure. Rest will come easily to someone who has experienced the peace that passes understanding and knows that their life is held in loving hands. Your story will inspire books, encourage sermons, and strengthen testimonies in ways you may never fully know. The impact of your healing will ripple through eternity as it touches life after life, generation after generation, creating a legacy of faith that extends far beyond your earthly existence. The morning that awaits you is not just another day, but the first day of your healed life, the beginning of a testimony that will encourage multitudes, and the start of a future brighter than anything you dared to imagine. Your healing is complete, your restoration is finished, and your new life begins with the rising of the sun. The gratitude that will flow from your heart in the coming days will transform not just your own perspective, but the atmosphere around everyone you encounter. Your thankfulness won't be the polite appreciation that social conventions require, but the deep, soul-stirring gratitude that comes from staring death in the face and watching life triumph. This gratitude will become a fragrance that follows you wherever you go, touching hearts and lifting spirits in ways you never anticipated. Your voice will carry new authority when you speak about God's goodness, because you won't be repeating what you've heard others say, or sharing what you've read in books. You'll be declaring what you've personally experienced, what your own body has proven, what your own eyes have witnessed. There's a weight to testimony that comes from first-hand encounter that cannot be duplicated by second-hand knowledge. The medical community will struggle to categorize your experience because it doesn't fit neatly into their understanding of how healing occurs. Some will attempt to find natural explanations for supernatural intervention, while others will quietly acknowledge that they've witnessed something beyond their comprehension. Your case file will become a puzzle that challenges assumptions about what's possible in human health and recovery. Your family doctor, who may have delivered difficult news and managed your expectations during the worst of your illness, will stand amazed at test results that show complete restoration where destruction once reigned. The appointments that were once filled with discussions about managing symptoms and slowing progression will be replaced with celebrations of perfect health and normal function. The pharmaceutical companies will lose a customer as your need for their products evaporates overnight. Medications that once seemed essential for your survival will become unnecessary relics of a season that has passed. Your medicine cabinet will be cleared out, making room for vitamins and supplements that support vibrant health rather than manage chronic disease. Insurance companies will marvel at claims that show a dramatic reversal in healthcare utilization. The person who was once a high-risk, high-cost patient will suddenly become the healthiest client in their database. Actuarial tables and risk assessments will have no category for the kind of transformation you've experienced. Your physical appearance will reflect the internal restoration that has taken place. The gauntness that comes from fighting illness will be replaced by the healthy fullness of someone whose body is functioning optimally. Your skin will regain its natural color and texture, your eyes will brighten with renewed vitality, and your posture will straighten with the confidence of restored strength. The support groups you may have joined to cope with your condition will become places where you offer hope rather than seek comfort. Your presence will be a living testimony that recovery is possible, that healing can happen, that impossible situations can be turned around by divine intervention. Some group members will be inspired by your transformation, while others may struggle with jealousy or disbelief. Your work performance will improve dramatically as brain fog clears, energy returns, and physical limitations disappear. Projects that once seemed overwhelming will become manageable. Deadlines that caused anxiety will be met with ease, and the career that may have been jeopardized by your illness will flourish in new ways. The hobbies and interests that you had to abandon during your illness will call to you again with irresistible appeal. The musical instrument gathering dust will find its way back into your hands. The sports equipment stored in the garage will be retrieved for active use, and the creative projects left half-finished will be completed with renewed enthusiasm. Your social calendar will fill up quickly as you regain the energy and desire to engage with friends and family. Invitations that you had to decline due to your condition will be accepted with joy, and new opportunities for fellowship and service will present themselves as your capacity for involvement expands. The depression that may have accompanied your physical illness will lift like morning fog before the rising sun. The chemical imbalances that contributed to emotional darkness will be corrected, and the psychological burden of dealing with chronic illness will be removed. Joy will return to your life in ways that feel both foreign and familiar. Your marriage or romantic relationship will enter a new season of intimacy and connection as the stress of illness no longer dominates your interactions. The partner who stood by you during your darkest days will now share in the celebration of your brightest triumph. Physical intimacy that may have been affected by your condition will be restored and enhanced. Your children will have their parent back in ways they may have never experienced before. The energy to play, the strength to lift and carry, the stamina to attend their events and activities will all return with interest. Your healing will give them not just a healthier parent, but a living example of faith rewarded and prayers answered. The spiritual disciplines that may have been difficult to maintain during your illness will become sources of joy rather than obligation. Prayer will flow easily from a heart overflowing with gratitude. Bible study will reveal new depths of understanding about God's character, and worship will become a natural expression of a soul that has been personally touched by divine love. Your financial situation will improve not just because of reduced medical expenses, but because of increased earning potential and productivity. The sick days that limited your income will become a thing of the past, and the energy to pursue additional opportunities will create new streams of provision for your family. The fear that gripped your heart about leaving your loved ones will be replaced by confident expectation of many more years together. Life insurance policies that seemed like wise investments given your prognosis will now appear unnecessary, and retirement planning will take on new meaning as you anticipate decades of healthy living ahead. Your dietary habits will naturally shift toward foods that support and maintain your newfound health. The cravings for comfort foods that may have developed during your illness will be replaced by desires for nutritious options that fuel your restored body. Your relationship with food will be healed along with everything else. The exercise routine that seemed impossible during your illness will become not just feasible, but enjoyable. Your body will remember what it feels like to move without pain, to stretch without restriction, to strengthen without exhaustion. Physical fitness will become a celebration of your restoration, rather than a reminder of your limitations. Your sleep will become truly restorative rather than merely an escape from pain. The quality of your rest will improve dramatically, as your body no longer needs to work overtime to fight illness or manage symptoms. You'll wake each morning feeling genuinely refreshed and ready to embrace the day ahead. The medical specialists who became familiar faces during your treatment will be amazed at follow-up appointments. Oncologists will struggle to explain the disappearance of tumors. Cardiologists will marvel at normalized heart function, and neurologists will document restored brain activity that defies their understanding of disease progression. Your testimony will be requested at churches, support groups, and medical conferences as people seek to understand how such dramatic healing occurred. You'll find yourself with opportunities to speak publicly about your experience, sharing hope with audiences who desperately need to hear that miracles still happen. The research studies you may have participated in hoping to find better treatments will now document your case as an unexplained recovery. Medical journals may publish articles about your healing, contributing to the growing body of literature on spontaneous remission and unexplained recoveries. Your local newspaper may want to feature your story, turning your personal miracle into community encouragement. Radio stations might interview you about your experience, and social media posts about your healing could reach thousands of people who need to know that hope is not lost in their situations. The prayer groups that interceded faithfully for your healing will celebrate their answered petitions with tears of joy and shouts of praise. Their faith will be strengthened by witnessing the fruit of their spiritual labor, and their confidence in prayer will be increased for future requests they bring before God's throne. Your pastor will have a powerful illustration for sermons about divine healing, God's faithfulness, and the power of persistent prayer. Your story will be shared from the pulpit as evidence that the same Jesus who healed in biblical times continues to heal today. The healing you've received will create a ripple effect of faith that extends far beyond your immediate circle. Friends of friends will hear your story and begin to hope for their own miracles. Acquaintances will witness your transformation and start asking questions about the God who made such restoration possible. Your medical records will become a source of wonder for healthcare professionals who review them years later. The dramatic before and after comparisons will stand as testimony to intervention that transcends medical explanation, creating questions that can only be answered by acknowledging supernatural power. The gratitude you feel will motivate generous giving to medical research, healthcare ministries, and organizations that serve people facing similar conditions. Your desire to help others experience what you've experienced will open your heart and wallet in ways that surprise even you. Your perspective on time will be radically altered as you realize that every day from this point forward is a gift that was almost taken away. Minutes will feel more precious, hours will be invested more wisely, and years will stretch ahead filled with possibilities you thought were lost forever. The bucket list you may have started when facing your mortality will be transformed from a desperate attempt to experience life before it ends into a joyful catalog of adventures to enjoy during your extended years. Items you added out of fear will be replaced with goals that reflect hope and expectation. Your relationship with your own body will be forever changed by this experience of restoration. Instead of viewing it as a source of limitation and pain, you'll see it as a temple that has been personally renovated by divine hands. Respect and gratitude for your physical form will replace the frustration and disappointment that illness created. The seasonal changes that once brought dread because they triggered symptoms will now be welcomed as opportunities to enjoy activities that were previously impossible. Summer heat won't exacerbate your condition, winter cold won't increase your pain, and spring renewal will mirror the restoration in your own body. Your ability to empathize with others who are suffering will be deepened by your experience without being limited by your previous condition. You'll be able to offer genuine understanding and hope to those who are walking the path you once traveled, serving as a guide who knows the terrain and can point the way to healing. The medical bills that created financial stress will become testimonies to God's provision as you realize how He sustained you through every aspect of your trial. Even the burden of debt will be transformed into gratitude for care received and confidence that the same God who healed your body can restore your finances. Your children's children will grow up hearing the story of their grandparents' miraculous healing, shaping their understanding of what's possible when faith meets divine power. The legacy of your restoration will influence generations you may never meet, but whose lives will be touched by your testimony. The healing you've received will prepare you for a new level of service and ministry that your illness prevented. Energy that was consumed by managing symptoms will be redirected toward kingdom purposes, and the credibility that comes from experiencing God's power firsthand will open doors for ministry opportunities you never imagined. Your story will encourage other believers to pray more boldly for healing, to expect more from God, and to persist longer in intercession for impossible situations. The faith of your entire community will be elevated by the evidence of divine intervention displayed in your restoration. The morning that dawns tomorrow will be unlike any you've experienced in months or years. The sun will seem brighter because you're seeing it through eyes that have been touched by divine healing. The air will feel fresher because you're breathing it with lungs that have been supernaturally restored. The ground will feel more solid because you're standing on it with legs that have been strengthened by supernatural power. Your first cup of coffee will taste different because taste buds dulled by medication or illness have been awakened to new sensitivity. The shower water will feel more refreshing because skin that was compromised by disease has been renewed from the inside out. Even the simplest pleasures of daily life will be enhanced by the miracle of your restoration. The phone calls you make to share your good news will carry excitement that hasn't been in your voice for too long. Family members will weep with joy as they hear the strength and vitality that has returned to your speech. Friends will marvel at the energy and enthusiasm that was missing during your illness, but has now returned in full measure. Your footsteps will have new purpose as you walk through your day, no longer limited by pain or weakness, but empowered by supernatural strength. Each movement will be a testimony to the restoration that has taken place. Diet the peace and joy that come, and your very presence will raw from experiencing divine intervention. The future that seemed uncertain when illness clouded your horizon will now stretch before you filled with promise and possibility. Plans that were put on hold will be reactivated, dreams that were deferred will be pursued with renewed vigor, and the abundant life that Jesus promised will become your daily reality. Your healing is complete, your restoration is finished, and your new life has begun. The God who spoke the universe into existence has spoken healing into your body, and His word never returns void. You are whole, you are well, and you are loved beyond measure by the one who has the final word over every diagnosis, every prognosis, and every impossible situation. Rest now in the absolute certainty that your miracle is not dependent on your feelings, your symptoms, or your circumstances. It is grounded in the unchanging character of the God who cannot lie, who keeps his promises, and who has just demonstrated his love for you in the most personal and powerful way possible. Your healing is as certain as his faithfulness, as real as his love, and as permanent as his word. Sleep peacefully tonight, beloved child of God, knowing that you are sleeping in the arms of the one who has just recreated you according to his perfect design. Tomorrow you will wake not just refreshed but restored, not just rested but renewed, not just recovered but completely transformed by the healing power of divine love. Your body has become a living testament to the reality that nothing is impossible with God. Every cell that was touched by disease has been cleansed and restored. Every organ that struggled to function has been renewed with divine precision. Every system that was compromised has been brought back into perfect harmony with the Creator's original blueprint for your life. The blood that flows through your veins carries more than just nutrients and oxygen tonight. It carries the very essence of divine life, circulating healing power to the furthest reaches of your physical being. Your cardiovascular system has been transformed into a river of restoration, delivering supernatural strength to every tissue, every organ, every microscopic component of your being. Your nervous system, which may have been sending signals of distress and discomfort for months or years, has been completely recalibrated. The pathways that once carried messages of pain are now transmitting sensations of comfort and well-being. Your brain is communicating with your body in the language of health rather than the vocabulary of illness. The immune system that may have been weakened by prolonged battle against disease has been supercharged with heaven's own defensive capabilities. White blood cells are multiplying with supernatural efficiency, creating an army of protection that will guard your health for decades to come. Your body's natural defenses have been fortified with divine strength that no earthly threat can overcome. Your digestive system has been restored to optimal function, ready to extract maximum nutrition from every meal and efficiently eliminate what doesn't serve your body's needs. The inflammation that may have compromised your gut health has been extinguished by divine intervention, making room for beneficial bacteria to flourish and support your overall wellness. The skeletal framework that supports your body has been strengthened beyond its previous capacity. Bones that may have become brittle or weakened are now infused with supernatural density and resilience. Your posture will improve as your spine aligns itself according to divine design, creating a foundation that can support decades of active living. Muscles that may have atrophied during illness are being rebuilt with heavenly protein, creating strength that exceeds what exercise alone could accomplish. Your physical power is being restored not just to previous levels but to capacities you may have never experienced before. Every fiber is being woven together with supernatural durability. Your respiratory system has been cleared and purified like a temple being prepared for worship. Each breath you take is washing your lungs with healing air, expanding your capacity for the life-giving oxygen that fuels every cellular process. Your breathing will become deeper, easier, and more efficient than it has been in years. The endocrine glands scattered throughout your body are finding perfect balance under divine guidance. Hormones that regulate everything from energy levels to emotional well-being are being produced in optimal quantities. Your body's chemical messengers are being fine-tuned to create internal harmony that supports vibrant health. Your skin, the largest organ of your body, is being renewed from the deepest layers outward. Cells are regenerating at an accelerated pace, creating a healthy radiance that reflects the internal transformation taking place. Any conditions that have affected your appearance are dissolving under the gentle touch of divine restoration. The lymphatic system that cleanses your body of toxins is flowing with renewed vigor, carrying away years of accumulated waste products that have burdened your tissues. This network of vessels is working with supernatural efficiency to purify your temple from the inside out, making room for perfect health to flourish. Your brain, that magnificent control center for your entire body, is being renewed with capabilities that surpass its previous function. Neural pathways are being optimized, neurotransmitters are finding perfect balance, and cognitive abilities are being enhanced beyond what you thought possible. Mental clarity will return with remarkable sharpness. The healing extends to your emotional well-being, As the stress hormones that illness produced are being cleared from your system, the chemical imbalances that may have contributed to anxiety or depression are being corrected by divine intervention. Joy and peace are being restored to their rightful place in your heart. Your sleep patterns are being reset to natural rhythms that will support ongoing restoration and renewal. The insomnia that pain and worry created will be replaced by deep, restorative rest that allows your body to continue healing itself night after night. Each morning will bring new evidence of continued improvement. The energy production centers within your cells are being optimized for sustained vitality that will carry you through decades of abundant living. Mitochondria are being supercharged with heaven's own power source, creating stamina and endurance that will enable you to pursue dreams you thought were lost forever. Your appetite is being restored to healthy patterns as your body remembers what it truly needs for optimal function. Cravings for foods that supported illness will be replaced by desires for nutrition that maintains perfect health. Your relationship with food will be healed along with everything else. The pain receptors that have dominated your nervous system are being recalibrated to register only appropriate sensations. Chronic discomfort that has been your unwelcome companion is being eliminated at the source, replaced by the comfortable awareness that comes from a body functioning according to divine design. Your vision is being sharpened to see the world with new clarity and appreciation. Whether you've struggled with physical eyesight or spiritual perception, both are being enhanced by supernatural intervention. You'll see beauty and possibility where illness once created limitation and despair. Hearing that may have been affected by your condition is being restored to perfect acuity. Your ears will be opened not just to the sounds of the physical world, but to the whispers of heaven's encouragement and guidance. You'll hear hope where you once heard only the noise of medical equipment. Your sense of taste and smell, which medication or illness may have compromised, are being awakened to new sensitivity. Food will become enjoyable again. Fragrances will carry meaning and memory, and the simple pleasures of sensory experience will be restored to your daily life. The balance and coordination that illness may have affected are being perfectly restored. Your inner ear is being recalibrated, your proprioception is being enhanced, and your ability to move through space with confidence and grace is being returned to you in full measure. Memory that may have been clouded by brain fog or medication is being cleared and sharpened. Your ability to retain new information and recall stored knowledge is being enhanced beyond previous capacity. The mental acuity that you feared was lost forever is being restored with supernatural improvement. Circulation that may have been compromised is being optimized to deliver healing nutrients to every extremity. Cold hands and feet will warm with improved blood flow. Numbness will be replaced by normal sensation, and every part of your body will receive the nourishment it needs to thrive. The healing encompasses not just your physical body, but your entire being. Emotional wounds that illness created are being mended with divine love. Spiritual questions that suffering raised are being answered with personal revelation. You are being made whole in every dimension of your existence. Your body temperature regulation is being perfected to maintain optimal comfort in any environment. The hot flashes or chills that may have accompanied your condition are being eliminated as your internal thermostat is reset to function with divine precision. The reflex your body functioning automaticallys that keep are being fine-tuned to operate with supernatural efficiency. Your heart will maintain perfect rhythm. Your breathing will flow effortlessly, and every involuntary function will work with the precision of divine engineering. Genetic predispositions that may have contributed to your illness are being overridden by supernatural intervention. The DNA that carries hereditary weaknesses is being rewritten by the author of life himself, creating new patterns that support health rather than disease. Age-related changes that may have accelerated during your illness are being reversed by the one who exists outside of time. Your body is being restored not just to health, but to a vitality that may exceed what you experienced in your younger years. The medications that became necessary for survival are becoming unnecessary as your body returns to natural function. Side effects that created secondary problems are being eliminated as pharmaceutical intervention is no longer required. Your body is being freed from chemical dependency. Surgical procedures that may have been recommended are becoming obsolete as divine intervention accomplishes what human hands cannot. Your body is being made whole without the need for invasive interventions, demonstrating that the great physician's methods surpass all earthly medicine. The fatigue that drained your life force is being replaced with energy that bubbles up from the very core of your being. You'll rediscover what it feels like to wake up refreshed, to maintain stamina throughout the day, and to have reserves of strength for unexpected demands. Weight that may have fluctuated due to illness or medication is finding its natural balance. Your metabolism is being optimized for ideal body composition, and your relationship with physical appearance is being healed along with everything else that was damaged. Fertility that may have been affected by your condition is being restored to its optimal potential. Reproductive systems are being renewed with the capacity to create new life if that is your desire, demonstrating that God's healing extends to every aspect of human function. The healing radiates outward from your body to affect every relationship and circumstance in your life. Family members will witness your transformation and be strengthened in their own faith. Friends will see evidence of divine power and be encouraged to believe for their own miracles. Your workplace will benefit from your renewed energy and capabilities. Projects will be completed with excellence. Deadlines will be met with ease, and your professional life will flourish as physical limitations are removed and mental clarity returns. The community around you will be touched by the testimony of your restoration. Healthcare workers will witness the limitations of human medicine when confronted with divine intervention. Neighbors will see evidence that miracles still happen in ordinary neighborhoods to ordinary people. Your church family will rejoice in answered prayer and be encouraged to pray more boldly for their own impossible situations. The faith of your entire congregation will be elevated by the visible proof that God still moves in supernatural ways among His people. The healing you've received will create opportunities for ministry and service that your illness prevented. You'll find yourself drawn to pray for others who are suffering, to encourage those who have lost hope, and to share the reality of divine healing with skeptical hearts. Your story will inspire testimonies in others as they witness what God has done in your life. Books may be written, sermons will be preached, and countless conversations will center around the miracle that transformed your existence from desperation to celebration. The financial burden of medical expenses will be lifted as your need for ongoing treatment disappears. Money that was spent on managing symptoms will be available for kingdom purposes, family experiences, and generous giving to help others facing similar challenges. Your travel plans will no longer be limited by medical needs or physical restrictions. Adventures you thought were impossible will become achievable again. The world will open up to you in ways that seemed permanently closed during your illness. The hobbies and interests you had to abandon will call to you with renewed appeal. Creative projects will be completed with fresh inspiration. Physical activities will be pursued with restored capability, and intellectual pursuits will be enhanced by improved cognitive function. Your sleep will become a source of ongoing restoration rather than merely an escape from discomfort. Each night will be an opportunity for your body to build upon the foundation of healing, established during this sacred encounter with divine power. The seasons of the year will take on new meaning as you experience them through a body that is no longer limited by weather sensitivity or environmental restrictions. Spring will mirror the renewal in your own life. Summer will be enjoyed without heat-related complications. Autumn will be celebrated without dreading winter's approach, and winter will be endured without the extra burden of illness. Your reflection in the mirror will show someone transformed not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. The light in your eyes will reflect the hope that has been restored. The color in your cheeks will demonstrate the life that flows through your veins, and the smile on your face will testify to joy that has returned. The medical appointments that dominated your calendar will become opportunities to share testimony rather than receive troubling news. Test results will confirm what faith has already established, and healthcare providers will document miracles they cannot explain but cannot deny. Your prayer life will be transformed from desperate pleading to grateful worship. The God who heard your cries for healing will become the focus of continuous thanksgiving. Your relationship with your Creator will be forever marked by this intimate encounter with His supernatural power. The future that seemed uncertain during your illness will stretch before you, filled with promise and possibility. Plans that were canceled will be renewed. Dreams that were deferred will be pursued. And the abundant life that Jesus promised will become your daily reality. As the first rays of dawn break across your horizon tomorrow, they will illuminate not just a new day, but a completely transformed life. The healing that has flowed through every fiber of your being tonight is sealed, complete, and permanent. Your body has been recreated according to divine design. Your spirit has been renewed with supernatural hope, and your future has been secured by the unchanging promises of the God who loves you beyond measure. Rest now in perfect peace, knowing that when you wake, you will rise as living testimony to the reality that with God, absolutely nothing is impossible.